Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
Jim Bouton pitches for the Yankees in the second game of the doubleheader, and going for the Cleveland Indians as they try for a sweep will be Gary Bell. Here's Phil Rizzuto.
The umpires as yet have not made their appearance at home plate, but the starting pitchers have been throwing for some time, Gary Bell and Jim Bouton. They had between-game ceremonies at home plate, a very cute idea. They dedicated it to all the mothers here today at the ball game. Of course, there could be only one winner, and again, we want to wish all you mothers a very happy Mother's Day, wherever you may be. And Mrs. Alberta Reedy was the winner. She's from Sandusky, Ohio, and she has 3 girls and a boy. The whole family came down. Pop came along, too, and she was loaded down with gifts. They gave her everything, including the kitchen sink. Man, she got some beautiful gifts, I'd tell you. A whole trailer full, and then they pulled a cute gag. They said, we have a year's supply of milk for you, and they brought in a cow off a big trailer truck. But it was a wonderful day, and the fans got a big kick out of it. And when she made her speech, she said, well, what made the day complete was the Indians winning the first game against the Yankees, and that brought down the house. To recap that first game for you briefly, it was a battle of home runs. The Yankees had 3. Blanchard, Boyer, and Maris hit homers. The Indians had 2 homers. Romano hit one with 2 on, though, in the first inning. Johnny went on to get a single and a double and a walk, had a perfect day. Chuck Acegian also hit a home run. But then the Indians picked up their winning runs in the 8th inning off Jim Coates on a single, a sacrifice, an error, another single, and a sacrifice fly. So the Indians won the first ball game 6-4. And the second ball game will be starting shortly. On the scoreboard, Detroit is leading the Boston Red Sox 5-2 at the end of 5. Kansas City and Minnesota 0-0 at the end of 2. Chicago at L.A. not started, and Baltimore beat Washington 3-2 after Jimmy Pearsall had tied up the ball game with a 2-run homer in the 8th. Earl Robinson hit a home run in the bottom of the 9th to win it for Baltimore. In the National League, it's Milwaukee 1 and the Mets 1 at the end of 6. Pittsburgh 4, Cincinnati 4 at the end of 6. The Cubs are leading the Phillies 6-3 at the end of 7. San Francisco at Houston just getting underway. And the Cardinals lead the Dodgers 2-0 at the end of 5. And now here come the men in blue. Out at home plate. Calling balls and strikes in the second ball game will be Cal Drummond. At first base will be Bill McKinley. Umpiring at second, Larry Knapp. And over at third, Frank Umont. Mel McGahey is at home plate already with the lineup cards, and Ralph Houk coming up out of the Yankee dugout with his lineup cards. And now the Indians are only 1/2 game behind the New York Yankees. So this is definitely a battle for first place. Whoever wins this ball game will be in first place in the American League. And one thing for sure, don't miss the Indians when they come to the stadium next time. They've been there once, but they have an exciting ball team, and they've really got some bench depth this year. The Indians will be in New York on Tuesday night, June the 5th, Wednesday afternoon, June the 6th, and then again on Thursday night, June the 7th. So there's your chance to see these exciting Cleveland Indians, a team that can run, a team that has fine defense and plenty of power and some fine pitching. How about that Dick Donovan? He has now won 6 without a loss so far this year, and it's the second time that he's defeated the Yankees. All right, they break up the huddle at home plate, and there go the Indians out on the field. And walking out to the mound is Gary Bell. Bell has won 2 and lost 2 this year. One of his wins was against the Yankees. He's not had too much success against New York through the years. Lifetime record, 4 wins, 10 defeats. And he's at 500 for his lifetime average, 49 wins and 49 defeats. Gary Bell is making his 8th appearance of the year, his 5th starting assignment, and as we told you, his 2nd appearance against the Yankees. He faced him in relief of Sam McDowell on April 22nd, pitched 4 1/3 scoreless innings, and gained credit for the 9-3 victory by the Indians. Last year, Bell did not defeat the Indians, rather the Yankees, but lost to them 4 times. Bobby Richardson will be stepping into the batter's box ready to lead off for the Yankees. In the first game, Bobby was 0 for 4. He flied to left, bounced to first, bounced to second, and popped to second. And Richardson comes into this second ball game with a .248 batting average. All right, Gary Bell is ready. The Indians have Essegian in left, Klein in center, and Kirkland in right. The infield is Phillips at third, held at short, Kendall at second, Fancona at first, Romano the Iron Man behind the plate, and Gary Bell ready to send in the first pitch of the ball game to Bobby Richardson. Here's his windup. The pitch is a curve high, ball 1. On deck, Tom Tresh for the Yankees. Bobby has 6 doubles and 6 runs batted in on the year. Fastball high and tight, ball 2, 2-0. Frank Crissetti coaching at third. Wally Moses is at first. Pitch is high, ball 3. We're 0 on the Yankees leadoff hitter here in the second game. The Indians won the first one 6-4. 3-0 pitch. Strike call. 3-1. Bell is 6'1", 198 pounds, from San Antonio, Texas. Born there, still lives there. The 3-1 pitch. High and tight, ball 4. Richardson gets the base on ball to open the second game. That'll bring up Tom Tresh, who in the first game was 0 for 4. Fly to left twice, bounced to second twice. Tresh batting .268. Fancona holding first against Richardson. Sun shining brightly now. The sky starting to clear up considerably. Bubba Phillips comes way in at third base. Here's the stretch. Pitch to Tresh. Inside, ball 1. Boy, Essegian's playing way over in left center field for Tresh. And Tom can go to left field. He's got a big hole out there. Richardson leads away. Pitch is outside, ball 2. In the first ball game, Donovan walked only 1 man, and that was not until the 9th inning. Gary Bell has already walked the leadoff hitter and has a count of 2 balls, no strikes on Tresh. The pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. 2-1. Bobby leading off first base. Pitch is a line drive, base hit to left field. Richardson around second, going to go to third. And Tresh holds at first base. And we told you Tom could go that way, and he just slapped that ball out to left field. They gave him a big hole. The first hit of the ball game. Yankees with runners at first and third, nobody out. Here's Roger Maris, who in the first game was 1 for 3. Had a home run and a walk. Roger scored twice. Also drove in a run. Batting .298. Nobody out. Runners at first and third leading away. Pitch to Roger. Curve in there. Strike call. Tresh leads off first. Richardson off third. Fastball high and outside. 1-1. Tom has got some adhesive patches on his left hand and his left wrist. Could have been when he made a tag out there on one of the plays, the runner sliding in. Curve, a ground ball at second base. It's a base hit. And around second going to third is Tresh. Coming in to score is Richardson. That time Kendall was pulled way over to the right, and it was not hit hard. A slow ground ball by Roger Maris to the right of Jerry Kendall. Drives in Bobby Richardson. The Yankees lead 1-0. And they have runners at first and third. Still nobody out. And here's Mickey Mantle. And we got some action in the Indian bullpen already. Barry Latman is up. That looked like a routine double play ball until we realized where Kendall was playing Maris. Mantle swings and misses a high fastball, strike one. On deck, Yogi Berra. Fastball hit on the ground at second. Kendall goes to held for one, back to first, double play, but the run scores. A double play, second, a short to first. Tresh scores. Mantle does not get credit for an RBI. He crosses a double play, and the Yankees lead 2-0 here in the top of the first. It'll bring up Yogi Berra with 2 out and nobody on. Pitch to Yogi is a curve in there, strike call. Fastball hit on the ground at second base. Kendall in. He's up with it. And goes to Francona for the out. But the Yankees come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. No Indian errors, nobody left at the end of 1/2 inning. It's the Yankees 2 and the Indians coming to bat. For the Yankees, 23-year-old Jim Bouton, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. Born in Newark and now lives in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Bouton has won 1 and lost none this year. And he made his first major league appearance against Cleveland on April 22nd in the first game of a doubleheader. On May the 6th in the second game of a doubleheader against Washington at Yankee Stadium, he hurled a 7-hit shutout, the only one for the Yankees this year. So Bouton's making his second start. Ty Klein will lead off, batting .310. Has 2 doubles, a homer, 13 runs batted in. Wait a minute, that's 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer, and 13 RBIs. Left-hand hitter. Takes the pitch outside, ball 1. Klein just went in for defensive purposes in the first game. Did not get the bat. Bouton in the windup. Fastball is low, ball 2, 2-0. Bouton has not allowed a run in the 12 innings he's pitched so far this year. 2-0 on Ty Klein. Pitch is over, strike call, 2-1. Bowden's a hard worker out on the mound, and he's going to do a lot of perspiring out there. He's ready. His pitch is high, ball 3. 3-1. Here's the pitch. It's over, strike 2, and it's a full count on Klein. 3-2. Full count on the Indians' leadoff hitter. Now the payoff pitch. A check swing fly ball to short left field. Yogi's coming in. He's under it, and he's got it. He only made a half swing at that ball, and it looked like it might drop in, but it hung up there in time for Yogi to come in and get it. One away. That'll bring up Tito Francona. Tito was 1 for 3 in the first game. He had a double, a walk, and a sacrifice fly. Also fly to center, fly to right. Batting .293. 1 out, nobody on. Yankees lead 2-0. Francona takes a curve in there, strike call. Yankees have Barron left, Mantle in center, Maris in right. Same outfield they had in the first game. Bowden's changeup line, a base hit to right center. Francona timed that perfectly. A high change of pace. First hit off Bowden. That brings up Chuck Asigian. Asigian was 3 for 4 in the first game, 2 singles and a home run. He also bounced to the shortstop. Batting .365. Pitch to Asigian, a line drive, base hit to right field. Francona must hold at second. He had to hold up as it was a low-line drive, and Richardson almost got to it. So Asigian has had 4 hits today. And it brings up Willie Kirkland. Willie did not have an official time at bat. He was at the plate when Don Diller was thrown out attempting to steal in the bottom of the 8th. He had come in for defensive purposes in the 8th inning. Kirkland's batting .179. I had a picture of Willie in the paper yesterday. After the ball game, he took a shower with his complete uniform on. Shoes, shirt, pants, socks, everything. He said, I've got to wash all the evil out of this uniform so I can get some base hits. Willie's having a rough time batting just .179. We had a little huddle out on the mound with Howard, Tresh, and Bowden. 1 out. Francona at second, Asigian at first. And Ronnie Sheldon is up in the Yankee bullpen. The stretch by Bowden. Pitch to Kirkland, curve inside, ball 1. On deck, Johnny Romano. Again, Bowden sets. Fastball foul back in the upper deck, out of play. A 1-1 count on Willie Kirkland. The stretch. Curve inside. Forced him back from the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ready for the 2-1 pitch. Here it is, and it's inside, ball 3. 3-1. Bowden in a jam here in the bottom of the first. The Yankees got to Gary Bell for 2 runs in the top of the first. Bowden taking plenty of time. Now he stretches. His pitch is a curve inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded, and coming to the plate, Johnny Romano. Romano in the first game had a homer, a walk, a double, and a single. He was 3 for 3 and drove in 3 runs. Johnny batting .318. The bases loaded with 1 out. Infield and double play depth. Yankees lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Full windup by Bowden. Curve is low, ball 1. Romano wants plate umpire Cal Drummond to take a look at the ball, and he does. He's going to throw it out of play. So a new ball goes out to Bowden. One ball, no strikes on Johnny Romano. Here's the windup. Fastball, a ground ball to third. Boyer coming in. He comes to the plate for 1. The throw to first base. Not in time. He's safe. On a high bouncing ball to Clete Boyer. McClete made a fine play, charging in and throwing a Howard, forcing the runner at the plate. That play goes from 5 to 2. Third baseman to the catcher. The bases remain loaded and will bring up Woody Held. Held in the first game was 0 for 3. Had a walk. Woody batting .222. Joe Pepitone playing first base for the Yankees in his second game. All right, here's the windup. The pitch to Woody. A curve in there. Strike call. Tejan at third. Kirkland at second. Romano at first with 2 outs. Woody batting .222. Another curve swung at and foul tip. Strike 2, 0-2. Sheldon is still throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Bowden trying to pitch himself out of this jam. He was in quite a few jams the last time he pitched. Still managed to pitch a shutout. Here's a 2-strike pitch. Fastball pops in back of first base. Pepitone going back, and he's got it. A nice play by Pepitone on a tough chance. A soft liner that Joe had to back up, flip his glasses down while he was backing up, but he made the play. And Bowden gets out of the inning without a run scoring. For Cleveland, no runs, 2 hits, no Yankee errors, and 3 men left. And at the end of the first inning of play, the Yankees 2, the Indians 0, and we pause for station identification. Elston Howard leads off for the Yankees here in the top of the second, batting. Well, he hits the first pitch in the air to short center field. Klein is calling for it, and Klein makes the catch for the out. Ellie was up there batting .226. That'll bring up Joe Pepitone, who didn't play in the first game. Pepitone batting .167. The Giants are at Houston, and the Giants fail to score on the top of the first. And the Cardinals lead the Dodgers 2-0 at the end of 6.5. All right, Yankees 2, Indians 0 in the top of the second. Gary Bell, who got in a little bit of a jam in the first inning, walking the leadoff hitter. Pitches to Pepitone, outside, ball 1. On deck, Clete Boyer. Curve hit on the ground, back through the middle, held on the second base side of the bag, throws to first in time for the out. The shortstop came over in second base territory to make the play and throw Pepitone out. That's two-way. Brings up Clete Boyer. In the first game, Boyer was 1 for 3. That one hit a home run. Batting .322. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Clete is right in there, strike call. Sheldon has sat down. Curve inside, 1-1. Bell's 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and he blazed that fast one in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's Bell's pitch, and it's high for ball 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Curve is popped foul down the right field line and going out of play. It was on the playing field, but Kirkland could not have reached it from where he was playing. In foul territory, of course. Two and two. The pitch is foul tipped in and out of the glove of Romano. Count holds at 2-2. All right, Bell starts his windup. Strike 3, swinging through the fastball right by him. First strikeout for Bell. The Yankees get down in order in the top of the second, and at the end of an inning and a half, the Yankees 2 and the Indians nothing. In the bottom of the second inning, it'll be the bottom third of the Indians' batting order. Bubba Phillips, Jerry Kendall, and Gary Bell to face Jim Bouton. Bouton got out of a jam in the first inning, had the bases loaded and only 1 out. But the Indians failed to score. So Bouton still has been unscored on this year. It's a total of 13 innings. All right, Bubba Phillips leading off. Bubba was 1 for 4 in the first game. Scored a run. Bouton's pitch to Phillips is in there, strike call. Bouton goes through a lot of motions before he's ready to pitch. The curve swung at and missed, strike 2. Nothing in 2 on Bubba Phillips. The 2-strike pitch, a curve line to left field, a base hit. Boy, he golfed a low curveball out to Yogi Berra. Hit it right off his shoe top. That's the third hit off Bouton. It brings up Jerry Kendall, who was 0 for 3 in the first game. Kendall scored 1 run. Phillips was up there batting .245. Kendall's batting .278. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Indians trailing 2-0. Pitch to Kendall is low, ball 1. Joe Pepitone holding first. against Phillips. Quick throw to first, and Phillips was just about standing on the bag. Barton set. Fastball pops foul near the Indian dugout. Pepitone is going over. And Joe drops it. He was afraid of the wall, and he was at least 10 feet away. He couldn't take a chance to look to see how close he was. He had at least 10 feet between him and the wall, and his body was leaning back and trying to stretch out for it and hit off the end of the glove. It's an error charged to Pepitone. That's a tough play for an infielder. If they can look to see how close they are, he could have realized he could have gone another 10 feet if he had to. A 1-1 count on Jerry Kendall. All right, Kendall got himself a life. The pitch in the dirt. Nice pickup by Howard. Saved Barton a wild pitch. He took it right out of the dirt on the short hop. And now Kendall wants the umpire to look at the ball. He does. Cal Drummond finds it okay and flips it back to Barton. Nobody out. This is the bottom of the second. Indians won the first game 6-4. Pitch is hit deep to left field, but Yogi is getting the range. Wasn't hit quite as hard as I thought it was. When he stroked it, I thought it might be going, but Yogi was there to make the catch, one away. It'll bring up Gary Bell. Bell is 2 for 10, batting 200. This is only the second inning, and that Boughton's uniform shirt is pretty well soaked through. He's a hard worker out on the mound. He throws hard on every pitch. Pitch to Bell, hit high in the air to right center field. Mantle is going back. He's getting under it. Makes the catch deep there. Gary Bell got good wood on that ball. 2 out, and here's Ty Klein. Fly to left field in the first inning. On deck, Tito Francona. Bubba Phillips opened the inning with a single, still at first. They're 2 away. Pitch to Klein inside. Howard bluffed the throw to first. Ball 1. Curve is in there. Strike called. 1-1. Bubba Phillips leads away at first. Fastball foul back in the upper deck, out of play. One ball, 2 strikes on the left-hand hitting Ty Klein. Boughton set. Curve in there, strike 3 called. Man, that was a big breaking curveball. So Boughton gets his first strikeout for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit, 1 Yankee error, 1 man left. And at the end of 2, it's the Yankees 2 and the Indians nothing. Jim Boughton will lead off for the Yankees here in the top of the third. Boughton is 0 for 4 as a hitter this year. Gary Bell, hard-throwing right-hander ready. His pitch is in there, strike call. On deck, Bobby Richardson. One strike, curve on a ground ball, hit the bag. Bell comes over, picks it up, and steps on the bag for the out. Oh, what a way to be thrown out or put out. A base hit taken away. He hit a line drive. It hit the bag on a fly, kicked directly towards Bell, who was coming from the pitcher's box. Bell picked it up and beat Boughton to the bag. There is the first time I have ever seen that play. I've seen balls hit on a line drive that hit second base and carry to either the second baseman or the shortstop and the runner was thrown out, but never one like that. So it's 1 out. Here's Richardson, who walked and scored in the first inning. Bobby batting .248. Pitch to Richardson in there, strike call. 2-0, the Yankees lead. On deck is Tom Tresh. Curve outside, 1-1. Fastball line to center field for a base hit. Line has it on one hop. Richardson gets his first hit of the day. A line single to center field. The third hit off Bell. Brings up Tom Tresh, who singled to left field and scored in the first inning. 1 out. They're still playing Tresh. Decision in left center. And Woody held over towards second base. It gives Tom a big advantage because he goes with the pitch. Richardson leads away. Pitch to Tresh. Curve in there. Strike call. On deck, Roger Maris. So Brock did hit a home run in the ninth. That score is tied 7-7, the Phillies and the Cubs. Here's a stretch. Richardson ready to go, and he got a good jump. Swing and a miss, a throw to second, and he's safe. Boy, what a jump Richardson got. Actually, Bobby started, stopped, and then got a running jump on Gary Bell. He steals the base, his third stolen base of the year. Tresh swung right through the pitch and missed it. Yankees have only 4 stolen bases now. Mantle has 1 and Richardson has 3. All right, Bobby's at second with 1 out. 2 strikes on Tresh. Stretched by Bell. Pitch is lined to left field. Esigian coming on. He can't get it. It drops. And Richardson rounds third, holds on as a throw comes in, cut off by Bubba Phillips. What a try Esigian made for that ball. He got his glove on it, but the impact of his body hitting the ground jarred the ball loose from his glove. Tresh gets his second base hit. The fourth hit off Bell. And again, the Yankees have runners at first and third with 1 out. And here's Roger Maris, who singled to drive in a run in the first inning. Roger batting .303. Yankees lead 2-0. Got a good chance to pick up 1 or more here in this inning. Pitch to Maris, a curve line, a base hit to right field, past the diving Kendall. Tresh must hold a second. Richardson scores and the Yankees lead 3-0. Boy, that was hit like a bullet. And Kendall dove through the air and he almost got it. So now the Yankees have runners at first and second. 1 out. Here's Mantle. Mantle hit into a double play in the first inning. A run coming across the plate. Richardson has scored twice in the ball game. Blattman gets up in the Indian bullpen. Mickey batting .347. Pitch to Mickey outside, ball 1. Stretch by Bell. Pitch is foul coming back and off the upper deck coming down below. One. Curveball to Mantle outside. 2-1. Yankees 3, Indians nothing. It's the top of the third. One away. Stretch leads off second. Maris off first. Fastball high and outside, ball 3. 3-1. Ready for the 3-1 pitch. It's outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk given up by Bell. The bases are loaded, and here comes Yogi, and here comes McGahey. And while the skipper's walking out, we'll pause for station identification.
A cheerful earful each Monday through Friday morning on the Bob Cathcart Show. 11 till 1 on the Pacemaker Station, WOKO, Albany, New York. The time is 2.5 minutes past 5.
And that's all for Gary Bell. McGahey made the sign out to the Indian bullpen, and Barry Latman's coming on. So Bell pitched just 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. He's allowed 3 runs so far, but all 3 runners on base are Bell's responsibility should they score. So Latman comes on. Latman pitched in the first game. No, he didn't. What am I talking about? He pitched in yesterday's ball game. Donovan went all the way in the first game. Latman is making his 14th appearance of the year. He's won 1 and lost 3. So Bell is out of there. Latman was loosening up in the first game, but Donovan didn't need him. Yogi Berra, who bounced to second base in the first inning, comes up. The Yankees lead 3-0. They've got the bases loaded with 1 out. Cleveland won the first game 6-4 and are now a half game behind the Yankees. All right, Latman's ready. Yogi batting .222. Mantle at first, Maris at second, Tresh at third. Pitch to Yogi is a curve in there, strike 1 call. Latman is 6'3" and 208 pounds. Last year he won 13 and lost 5 and was 1-0 against the Yankees. Curve ground ball hit slowly to second. The run's going to score, but Kendall's throw to first gets Yogi. No chance for the double play. Tresh scores. And the Yankees now lead 4-0. Yogi gets credit for an RBI. So Richardson scored twice, and Tresh has scored twice. That run charged to Bell. Now runners are at second and third with 2 out. Here's Elston Howard, who flied to center field. Mantle at second, Maris at third. Pitch to Howard, inside, ball 1. Howard is the 7th man to bat here in the 3rd inning. Ellie fouls the pitch over towards the Yankee dugout. 1-1. Latman wants a new baseball. Two out and two on, two in. High fly to not too deep right field. Kendall and Kirkland after. Kirkland calling for it. And Willie's got it. The Yankees come up with 2 more runs on 3 hits. No Indian errors and 2 men left. And at the end of 2.5, the Yankees 4 and the Indians nothing. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be Francona, Asigian, and Kirkland to face Jim Bowden. Francona singled his first time at bat. Tito now batting .291. Yankees 4, Indians nothing. Pitch to Francona, high and tight, ball 1. Bowden comes back with a fastball, low, ball 2, 2-0. Bowden trying to loosen up out there, swinging around, doing some exercises. He had a long inning on the bench. The Yankees sent 7 men to the plate, and then the Indians also changed pitches, so might be a little stiff. But the next pitch is in there, strike called. 2-1. One pitch, low, ball 3. Three and 1 on Francona. Fastball inside, ball 4. Second walk given up by Bowden. And here's Asigian, who's single to right field in the first inning. Chuck has 3 hits in the first game and 1 hit here in the second game. He's raised his average to .377. Pitch to Asigian, low outside, ball 1. Milwaukee beat the Mets 3-2. And the Cubs beat the Phillies 8-7. Only final scores in the National. Here's a ground ball to third. Boyer to Richardson for 1. Back to first. Double play. Around the horn. Third to second to first. Well, Bowden, who seems to get in a lot of jams, some of the minor ones, but a lot of them, he gets out of them. A double play ball, or he strikes out a man when he has to. Here's Willie Kirkland, walked in the first inning. Pitch to Willie is inside, ball 1. Curve low, ball 2. Two and nothing. Fastball right in there. Strike called. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Big curve outside. 3-1. Two out, nobody on. Ground ball. Pepitone backs up. Flips to Boughton in time to get Kirkland. For the Indians, no runs, no hits, no Yankee errors, nobody left. And at the end of 3, it's the Yankees 4 and the Indians nothing. Joe Pepitone up. He bounced out to the shortstop. Hits the first pitch to deep center field. Way back there. And that ball is over the fence for a home run in deep center field. Man, that Pepitone looked like he reached out for a high curveball and hit it about 450 feet almost in the bandstand in dead center field. Kid's got a lot of power. That's the second home run of the year, and the Yankees lead 5-0. That brings up Clete Boyer, who struck out swinging in the second inning. Joe Pepitone has hit 2 home runs this year, and both tape measure jobs. The one in the stadium was in the bleachers. Boyer takes the ball high. Giants nothing, Houston nothing at the end of 3. And the Dodgers now lead the Cards 4-2 at the end of 8. On the outside corner, strike call. 1-1 to Boyer. One pitch low, ball 2, 2-1. Curve on the outside corner, 2-2. Hartman a little upset by that home run of Pepitone. Especially the tight pitch that Joe hit it on. Look out. If that hit Letman in the leg. Boyer was fooled on a sidearm curve. He got a piece of the ball, fouling it back on the screen, but the bat came out of his hand. Latman tried to jump in the air out of the way, but it hit him on the left foot. He's all right. And Bubba Phillips retrieves the bat and brings it back to Boyer. As long as nobody was hurt, that was an odd and funny play, but... 2-2 on Boyer. Latman waving at somebody in the stands. Probably his wife telling him, I'm all right, honey. There's strike 3 call. Sidearm fastball. One away. Brings up Jim Boughton, who went out on an unusual play when he hit a line drive that hit first base and kicked right to Bell, who was coming over to cover, and Bell ran to the base and beat Boughton there. Top of the 4th, Yanks lead 5-0. Ball low on a sidearm fastball. Cleveland won the first game 6-4. Fastball in there, strike 1, 1-1. The ground ball hit to short. Woody Hell to Francona for the out. 2-way. And here's Bobby Richardson. Bobby walked, singled, he stolen a base, and scored twice. Pitch to Bobby is a bunt, but Bubba Phillips is there and throws in time for the out. Bobby tried to push it harder by the pitcher and by the third baseman. For the Yankees in the top of the fourth, 1 run on 1 hit, the homer by Pepitone. No Indian errors, nobody left. At the end of 3 1/2, it's the Yankees 5 and the Indians nothing. Johnny Romano will lead off for the Indians here in the bottom of the fourth. Johnny was up with the bases loaded and only 1 out, but bounced to Boyer, who threw to the plate, forcing the runner. The first game they couldn't get Romano out. He was 3 for 3. A single, a double, a homer, and a walk. John batting .315. 5-0 the Yankees lead. Here's Bowden's pitch to Romano. Right down the outside corner. Bowden ready. Low curve is low, 1-1. Howard runs out to the mound to say something to Bowden. One ball, 1 strike. Curve bounces in front of the plate, back to the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bowden's fastball hit on the ground, stretched to his right, up with it. A long throw is in plenty of time to get Romano. Fresh, gotta have one of the strongest throwing arms of any infielder. Maybe not Boyer. That Boyer's in a class by himself. Here's Woody Hill, popped up to first base in the first inning. 1 out. Fastball low, ball 1. Pitch is in there. Strike, 1-1. One fastball, line to center field, in there for a base hit. The line drive single to center. The 4th hit or Bowden, it'll bring up Bubba Phillips to single to left field in the 2nd inning. On deck, Jerry Kendall. Pitch to Bubba outside, ball 1. Bob Allen, the left-hander, is up in the Indians' bullpen. Larry Latman is the 3rd man to hit. Curve low, ball 2. 2-0. Pitch is high, ball 3. Here's the official paid attendance, 37,415. That's a high for the Indians this year. 3-0 on Phillips, 1 out. Yankees leading 5-0, bottom of the fourth. Woody held at first. Pitch, strike call. 3-1. Fans are yelling because Phillips was taken all the way, and he started down to first base. But it was a good pitch. Here's the stretch. The pitch over, strike 2, 3-2. The payoff pitch foul back of the plate. Still 3-2 on Phillips. Bowden takes a lot of time between pitches. Now he's set. Pitch, a high bouncing ball. The boy is going to have to hustle. A throw off balance, not in time. That was a tough chance as the ball almost bounced over Boyer's head. He had to back up, leap high, and get his throw flat-footed. It was a true throw, but not in time as Phillips beats it out for an infield single. The fifth hit off Bowden brings up Jerry Kendall. Kendall flied to left field in the second inning. One away, 5-0, the Yankees lead. Ronnie Sheldon gets up again in the Yankee bullpen. The stretch. Curve to Kendall is in there, strike call. Phillips at first, held at second. Curve hit high in the air to left center field. Way back there, way back, and that ball is over the fence for a home run for Jerry Kendall. Jerry Kendall hit a high fly that just kept carrying. There goes the scoreboard. And those are the first runs scored off Jim Bowden all year. And it's now a 5-3 ball game in favor of the Yankees. Kendall's first home run of the year. And boy, he's been murdering Yankee pitching this year. Barry Latman is the batter. So you never can tell on a day like this. Those high flies are carrying here at Municipal Stadium. Pitch to Latman is low, ball 1. Latman has been up twice with one base hit. That one a double. He's batting .500. 5-3, the Yankees lead. Pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. Here comes Ralph Houk out of the Yankee dugout. And while Houk's coming out, we'll pause for station identification.
He's here every Monday through Saturday mornings from 6 till 10 to tell you why and to tell you when. Jeff Davis time on WOKO, Albany, New York. The time is 5:30.
talking with Boughton and Howard, and they want Sheldon in there. So that's all for Jim Boughton. Jim has pitched a total of 3 1/3 innings. He gave up 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 1, and has allowed 3 runs. Now he has a count of 2 balls and no strikes on Latman, and should Sheldon walk him, that walk will be charged to Jim Boughton. So he would be Boughton's responsibility should he score in this inning. Well, these Indians have an exciting ball game. They battle the Yankees. First ball game was a battle of home runs, with the Indians getting 2, a 3-run homer by Romano, a solo homer by Esijan. The Yankees getting 3 with nobody on, Blanchard, Boyer, and Maris. Whitey Ford was a losing pitcher in that first game to Dick Donovan. Donovan is yet to lose this year. He's 6-0 and 2-0 against the Yankees. The Yankees leave tonight. No, they don't. They leave tomorrow and go to Pittsburgh to play an exhibition game and then go up to Boston for a night game Tuesday, a night game Wednesday, and a day game Thursday before returning to Yankee Stadium on Friday for the first home night game of the year against the Minnesota Twins. Then the Twins will also be in for Saturday's Ladies' Day and a big doubleheader on Sunday. So Ronnie Sheldon comes on, making his 5th appearance of the year. Sheldon has won 1 and lost none. Sheldon's a big fella, 6'4", 192 pounds. He was born in Putnam, Connecticut, now lives in Woodstock, Connecticut. Last year was 11-5 with the Yankees, his first year in the big league. So he'll be pitching to Barry Latman with a count 2 balls, no strikes on Latman. Yankees scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and the Indians have come up with 3 here on the 3-run homer by Kendall in the bottom of the fourth. There's 1 out and nobody on. All right, Latman's ready, Sheldon's ready. A 2-0 count on Barry Latman, who bats him right-handed. The wind-up by Sheldon. Pitch is right in there, strike call. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Low ball 3, 3-1. The Indian fans did a lot of whooping it up in the first game. This is their first opportunity in this second game. First inning, though, they had bases loaded. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Low ball 4. And that walk is charged to Jim Boughton. And Latman's going to put his jacket on. Brings up Ty Klein. Fly to left, called out on strike. On deck, Tito Francona. One way, the tying run at the plate. Stretch by Sheldon. Curve is outside, ball 1. Again, the stretch. Pitch, a ground ball over Sheldon's head. They're going to have to hustle, and they can't get anybody. He's out. Latman ran into Richardson, so Latman is out for interference. And here comes McGahey. The rule is that the fielder has the right of way on the baseline, and Latman ran right into him. And had he not run into Richardson, it would have been a base hit for Klein, and Latman would have been safe at first. But Latman is out for running into Richardson, who has the right of way. He bumped into Richardson. And no matter how safe Latman was for interfering with the fielder, he is out. So Richardson will get the put out. Klein is safe at first. There are two out, and the batter is Tito Francona, who singled and walked. That was a big break for the Yankees, because all Latman had to do was dodge Richardson instead of running right into him. He didn't knock Bobby down, just jarred him a little. All right, Klein at first. The pitch to Francona low, ball one. Klein at first base. Curve outside, ball 2. 2-0. On deck, Shufka Sejan. Larry Knapp called that play. He was right on top of it. You could see it from here as he jarred Richardson as Bobby was going for the ball. Throw to first base. Klein is back. Here's a stretch. Pitch, a ground ball at second base. Richardson comes in. Throws to Pepitone for the out. For the Indians, 3 runs on 3 hits. No Yankee errors. 1 man left. And at the end of 4 innings, it's now the Yankees 5 and the Indians 3. Tom Tresh, who is 2 for 2. 2 singles, has scored twice, comes in there. The pitch to Tresh, a drag bunt attempt, and Romano didn't see it. He couldn't have gotten to it. Latman came all the way in off the mound beyond home plate, but couldn't get it. A strike on Tresh. Tresh batting .298. Latman tying his shoelace. Now he goes to the rosin bag. 1 strike on Tresh. Nobody out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th. Curve popped in the air to short center field. Klein is coming in. He calls for it and takes it. 1 away. And here's Roger Maris, who's 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Single to center, single to right. Pitch to Roger is a curve that's high. Ball 1. Mickey Mantle on deck. Curve foul back out of play. One and 1 on Maris. Inside, ball 2, 2 and 1. All right, here's the 2-1 delivery. Curve outside, ball 3. An interesting note, Al Downing, the young left-hander that the Yankees had part of last year and spring training this year, pitched a no-hitter for the Richmond club against the Syracuse team in the International League. He won 4-0. Foul tip back, 2 strikes, 3 and 2. It was the first no-hitter ever pitched by the Richmond team since the Yankees have owned them. So that's a big plus for young Al Downing. His fight to get back in the big leagues. All right, here's the payoff pitch to Maris. Strike three, threw the fastball right by him. And Latman had a little mustard on that pitch. That's 2 out, and here's Mantle. Mickey hit into a double play and walked. Mick batting .347. On deck, Yogi Berra. Two out, nobody on. 5-3, the Yankees lead. Mickey takes the strike. Mick was 1 for 4 in the first game. Change up low, 1-1. Curve low, ball 2, 2-1. Latman decides he wants a new ball. He rolls the ball in whenever he has to throw to the umpire. Time called at home plate by plate umpire Cal Drummond. Curve swung at it, missed, strike 2, 2-2. Here's the windup. Fastball high, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch to Mickey. Curve hit on the ground at first base. Francona has it, races to the bag for the unassisted putout. So Latman sets the Yankees down in order. And the top of the 5th, and the score at the end of 4.5. The Yankees 5 and the Indians 3. Chuck Essegian leads off for the Indians here in the bottom of the 5th. Chuck singled and hit into a double play. Had himself a pretty good first game. 2 singles and a home run. Batting .370. Indians trail 5-3. Pitch to Essegian, a ground ball. Boy, what a play. He throws him out. Holy cow. That looked like a base hit all the way, and all of a sudden that glove came from nowhere, and there was the ball. And he threw Essegian out by about 20 feet. One away. Here's Kirkland. Walk, bounce to first. This has always been one of the real good infields. Oh, infielders love to play here. Very few bad hops. Inside, ball 1 to Kirkland. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball is over, 1-1. On deck, Johnny Romano. Kirkland batting .177. Curve goes all the way back to the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kirkland sure waves that bat funny before he's ready to hit. He lines one to right field. There's a base hit. And now it's Busick. And Kirkland's going to go for three. He's around second, going for third, and the long throw is cut off by Pepitone. And Roger got through the ball, but it kicked off his glove and off the wall. And I don't believe he'll get an error. A hard hit ball deep in the right field corner. I believe that'll be a triple all the way for Kirkland. First hit off Sheldon. And the seventh hit for the Indians. Yankees lead 5-3, and here's Johnny Romano. Bounce to third and bounce to short. The infield is back. Kirkland, who can run, is at third. There was no error on that play. Sheldon goes to the rosin bag. Waiting for Romano to step in. Now Johnny does. All right, Romano's ready. Sheldon is ready. Kirkland at third with one out. Here's the windup. Pitch is in there, strike ball. Sheldon checks the sign. His pitch is low, 1-1. On deck, Woody Hill. Sheldon takes a look at Kirkland. Here's his windup. Curve swung at and missed, strike two. One ball, two strikes. Sheldon trying to pitch his way out of this jam. He took over for Jim Bouton. There's his pitch, curves inside. Man, Drummond started to lift up that right hand. And yanked it down in a hurry. 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Willie Kirkland, who tripled, is at third. Yankees lead 5-3. This is the bottom of the fifth. Cleveland won the first game 6-4. Now the 2-2 pitch. Checks his swing. It's inside. It's a full count, 3-2. A full count on Johnny Romano. All right, Sheldon ready for the payoff pitch. There it is. It's a curve hit on the ground to third. Kirkland holds at third. The throw goes to first base in time to get Romano. And that's twice in this second game that Johnny's had a chance to drive in runs. Once in the first inning with the bases loaded and one out and bounced to third. They got the runner at the plate. And here in the fifth inning with a runner at third and one out. He bounces to third and the runner holds at third. Woody Hill popped to first, single to center. Woody has scored once. Two out. Sheldon's curve is low, ball one. Big windup by Sheldon. Fastball hit in the left field. There's a base hit. And coming on to score is Kirkland. And it's a 5-4 ball game. Woody Hill loops the single to left field. And now the Yankee margin is cut to 1 run, and it brings up Bubba Phillips, who is 2 for 2. Single to left and beat out an infield single. Bubba scored once. And let's see what the story is here. There's some motion picture cameras on the field. Some cameramen with some extra equipment, and the umpires want to make sure it's not interfering with any ball that might come over that way and be in play. We had one cameraman hit with a foul ball today, but that didn't bother anything, except the cameraman. All right, Bubba Phillips the batter. Woody Hill at first base, 2 away. Stretch by Sheldon. Pitch is hit high in the air to left field. Yogi is moving under it, and he's got it. But the Indians come up with another run in the bottom of the 5th on 2 hits. No Yankee errors, 1 man left. And now at the end of 5, it's the Yankees 5 and the Indians 4. Curve is high, ball 2, 2-0. Curve in there this time, 2-1 Yogi, who is taken all the way. Elston Howard is on deck. Fastball hit high in the air to short left field. Chuck Essegian is moving under it. And Chuck takes it. Yogi's out. The first out here in the top of the 6th. Howard fly to center and fly to right. Elliott got off to a real good start, then hurt his wrist. And has been in a slump ever since, batting .221. On deck, Joe Pepitone. Pitch to Howard, a curve foul, back of the plate, strike 1.
The game continues at the beginning of side 3.
Stottlemyre set. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Something about Moose Gowan hitting a home run. That's a ground ball to third. Nice play by that fan who leaned over. Sidearm curve is in there. Strike 2. Boy, that was a pretty pitch by Lapman. A rough pitch for Howard. He came by the way of third base. Another sidearm curve. This one is just outside ball 1. He had Ellie stepping in a bucket. That's a tough pitch to hang in there for a right-hand hitter against those sidearm throwing right-handers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He tries it again, and Howard fouls it off home plate. The only danger with that pitch is if you hang that curve inside. And with the batter falling away, they hit it 9 miles. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lapman throws a curve hit high in the air and back of third. Woody Hill and Bubba Phillips after it. Bubba Phillips moving back, way back, and he takes it in short left field. Howard pops up the third baseman, Bubba Phillips. That's 2 away. Here's Joe Pepitone. Joe bounced to short and hit a long home run to dead center field. That was the 5th run that the Yankees scored, and that's the run that's got the Yankees ahead in this ball game, 5-4 here in the top of the 6th. Pitch to Joe. Curveball in there. Strike one call. Ground ball hit to second base, and Kendall throws to Latman. Not in time. A wide throw, and Pepitone didn't look, but now he's going to second base, and he could have almost made third. And Romano, running back, picked up the ball and fell down. And there is Francona again, going way out of his way to get a ground ball. That's about the fifth time that Francona has done that in this series. And it's something that he's got to learn from experience, but he sure had a lot of it in this series. He breaks too far to his right, leaves first base unprotected. And then the pitcher has to come over, and if you got a fast runner coming down, the infielder hurries his throw. So I guess that's an error charge to Kendall. It's a tough way to get an error on what should have been an easy chance. It brings up Cleve Boyer. Been up twice, struck out both times. And they're going to walk Boyer intentionally to pitch to the pitcher. There's ball three. And Ronnie Sheldon is swinging the big heavy bat, loosening up. There's ball four. Boyer gets a base on ball. You know, that could have been a hit. Pardon me, that's a hit and an error. Pepitone is credited with a base hit. And then an error on Kendall's throw, allowing him to go to second base. 7 hits for the Yankees. All right, here's Rollie Sheldon. Takes a pitch, high, ball one. Sheldon is 0 for 1 as a batter. The stretch and the pitch is over, strike called, 1-1. Outfield playing very shallow on Sheldon. Pepitone at second. Boyer at first with 2 out. Yankees leading 5-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. Ready for the 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, a swing and a miss. Bob Allen, the left-hander, gets up in the Indian bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sheldon. The pitch, outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on. Pitch, strike 3, swinging. For the Yankees, in the top of the 6th, no runs, 1 hit, 1 Indian error, 2 men left. At the end of 5 1/2, Yankees 5, Indians 4. This is the bottom of the 6th. The Indians trail 5-4. Jerry Kendall, who hit a 3-run homer in the 4th inning, leads off. He also flies to left field. On deck is Don Dillard, who will be coming up to bat for Barry Latman. Ronnie Sheldon out on the mound for the Yankees. Jim Bouton started, went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs. Kendall batting .283. Pitch to Kendall. A 1-hop at a stretch on a line drive. The throw to first, and boom! Pepitone off the bag, and that'll be an error for Trex. A real bad throw by Tom Trex. He pulled Pepitone about 10 feet off the bag, and Kendall tripped and fell as he got past first, but got back in time. That's the second Yankee error of the ball game. And here's Don Dillard. Kendall hit that ball right on the nose, a one-hop at a stretch. Tom had a lot of time, but hurried his throw. All right, Dillard, who pinch hit a single in the first game and got a base hit, is up there, batting .222. Tying run at first. Nobody out. Pitch is hit to left field, a base hit. And Kendall's going to go to third base. And holding at first is Dillard. Don Dillard hit one right off the end of his bat, a little squiver in a short left field. Kendall, with a burst of speed, went into third, slid head first. Yogi bluffed the throw to third and then threw to second, but Dillard held it first. So Dillard has come through with 2 pinch hit singles, one in the first game and one in this game. And now the tying run is at third, the lead run is at first. There's nobody out. The batter is Ty Klein, fly to left, struck out, popped to second. We're going to have some action in the Yankee bullpen. Looks like Bob Curley. That's who it is, Bob Curley getting up. All right, the stretch by Sheldon. Pitch to Klein. A line drive foul. Back into the seats and out of play. This looks like an explosive Indian team this year. Yankees had them down 5-0. They're right back in the ball game. Indians won the first game 6-4. On deck, Tito Francona. There's a stretch. Pitch is high, 1-1. Now the Indians have a fast team. A lot of men who can run. Here's a stretch. Throw to first base. Dillard is back. Sheldon leans over for the sign. Now he stretches. Pitch is a base hit to center field. And coming on to score is Kendall. The ball game is tied up. Ball game is tied up 5-5. Mantle came in trying to make a shoestring catch. Got it on the short hop and knocked it down. Kendall scored. Dillard stopped at second. Klein is at first. And the batter is Tito Francona. Francona has single, walked, and bounced to second. A brand new ball game. 5-5. Nobody out. By Sheldon. Pitch is a bunt attempt foul. Back of the plate, strike one. One strike on Francona. On deck, Chuck Esigian. Allen, the left-hander, loosening up in the Indian bullpen, and Bob Curley, the Yankee right-hander, loosening up. Here's a stretch. Pitch is bunted to the pitcher. Sheldon goes to first base. They get Francona, but the sacrifice is successful. Bobby Richardson covered on the play. Dillard at third, Klein at second. Here's Chuck Esigian. Single, hit into a double play, bounced to third. One away. On deck, Willie Kirkland. And Ralph Houck has got the infield playing halfway for a possible play at the plate. Score is tied 5-5. The windup by Sheldon. pitch is high, ball one as he checked the swing. Sheldon winds up again. His pitch is a check swing over Richardson's head. It's a base hit. And he's a throw to the plate. And he's safe at the plate. I got to recap that play for you. Richardson tried to check his swing, had a little fly ball over the drawn-in infield. It just went to the edge of the grass. 2 runs scored. Richardson retrieved the ball through to the plate. But Ty Klein scored all the way from second base on the blooper. So Richardson gets credit for 2 runs batted in, and the Indians now lead 7-5. Richardson held at first. Here's Willie Kirkland. Kirkland walked, bounced to first, and tripled. That's the dangers of the drawn-in infield, of course. He tried to get out of the way of a fastball and blooped the base hit. There's a foul going out of play over the Yankee dugout. One away. The Indians have scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead 7-5. On deck, Johnny Romano. Stretched by Sheldon. Pitch is high, ball 1, 1-1. Richardson leads off first. Throw over there. Chuck's back. All right, here's the stretch. Curve hitting the ground to first base. Pepitone up with it. Goes to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time for the double play. That was a tricky hopper that Pepitone fielded. And threw to Trish for the 4th play. So it's 2 outs, and here's Romano. Bounced to third twice, bounced to short once. On deck, Woody Held. Two out, 3 runs in. Cleveland 7, Yankees 5. Pitch to Romano is lined to left field. A base hit. Kirkland stopped at second base. Now that's 12 hits now for the Indians in the ball game. 6 off Boughton, 6 off Sheldon. And it'll bring up Woody Held. Held is 2 for 3. Popped to first, single to center, single to left, and here comes Ralph House. Now that could be all for Ronnie Sheldon. Woody Held will be the 8th Indian batter of the inning. It's been a weird inning started by the error. On Kendall's ground ball, the shortstop Tom Tresh. Tom threw wide to first. And a pinch hit single by Dillard. A single by Klein. A sacrifice by Francona. And an excuse me single by Chuck Esesian as he tried to dodge a high inside fastball. Just popped it over Pepitone's head, driving in 2 runs. The ball just barely reached the edge of the outfield grass. So that's all for Sheldon. And the orchestra's playing I'll Walk Alone as Curly walks in all alone from the bullpen. Sheldon has pitched 2 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 hits, didn't walk anybody, didn't strike out anybody, and has allowed 4 runs. Kirkland at second and Romano at first are Sheldon's responsibility should they score. Bob Turley will be coming on to pitch to Woody Held. Turley's making his 3rd appearance of the year. He's won 1 and lost none. Bob has just pitched a total of 2 innings, 1 inning in each ball game. The Indians now have 12 base hits in this ball game. In the first ball game, they had 11 base hits. The Yankees had just 5 base hits in that first ball game and had 6 hits here in the second ball game. And though the Indians won 6-4 in that first ball game, the Yankees only had 7 men get on base. They had 3 solo homers. All right, Turley's ready. Woody Held steps into the batter's box. Woody is 2 for 3 in this second ball game, batting .237. He's driven in 1 run and he scored a run. Kirkland at second, Romano at first. Stretched by Turley. His pitch is a curve low, ball 1. Bob Allen, the left-hander, has been warming up for a long time out in the bullpen. Should be good and loose when he gets in there. Turley's next pitch is low, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Bubba Phillips. Turley into a stretch position. Runners lead off first and second. His pitch is high, ball 3. 3-0. And Marshall Bridges now gets up in a hurry in the Yankee bullpen. Bridges, the left-hander. Ready for the 3-0 delivery. Here it is, and it's outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded. And Bubba Phillips, the 9th man of bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Bubba's 2 for 3. 2 singles, fly to left. He scored 1. Turley taking that short windup. His pitch is pulled foul way back in the upper deck. A home run in the Polo Ground. One strike on Bubba Phillips. Boy, he was guessing for the fastball and he got it, but we're way out in front. Bubba choking way up on that bat. Kirkland at third, Romano at second, Held at first. 2 away. Turley's curve is over, strike 2. 0-2 on Phillips. All right, Turley ready. Curve popped in the air to short center field. Richardson back, Mantle in, and Richardson got it in short center field. But those Indians come storming back for 3 runs. 4 hits. 1 Yankee error. 3 men left. And now at the end of 6 full innings, it's the Indians 7 and the Yankees 5.
Hi, everybody. Bobby Richardson in the 7th inning hits a smash to short through into left field for a base hit. Seven to 5 in favor of the Indians. Bob Allen having come in to pitch. Dillard has gone to left and will hit, of course, 9th in the order. He pinch hit safely for Latman stayed in. Tom Trash batting right-handed. Takes the strike from Bob Allen, making his 11th appearance of the year. 4th against New York, no decisions. Ramos loosening up in the Indians' bullpen. Cleveland leading 7-5 after having won the opener 6-4. Coming from behind 5-0 in this game. Trash has had 2 for 3. High, ball 1, 1-1. Next pitch is high, ball 2. Throw down to first, Richardson back. Bob Allen to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off the foot of Trash. The ball kicks back out on the playing field. A 2-2 count. Bob Allen all set. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Up high. Ball 3, 3-2. Now the stretch, check of the runner, and the delivery. Swung on and hit foul beyond third, out of play. Now the stretch by the left-hander and the pitch. Swung on and popped high and out of play down the left field line, almost in the same spot. Once again, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit foul past Frank Crissetti. Once again, Bob Allen is ready. And the pitch. Strike 3 call. Tom Trash took it for the 3rd strike. Bob Allen stayed with him. Frank Funk gets up to throw along with Pete Ramos. Now Roger Maris. 2 singles and the strikeout. Bob Allen into the stretch. Richardson leads away from first, and the pitch is a curve over, strike 1. The left-hander all set to go. And the delivery. Outside, ball 1, 1-1. Ready for the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Swung on and popped up into short left center. Dillard moves over, and Klein, and it's Dillard making the catch. 2 away. Mickey Mantle, who grounded into a double play in the first inning, first this season, drew a walk and grounded to first. Turns around about right-handed against Allen. Indians 7, New York 5. It's the 7th inning. Cleveland won the opener 6-4. The left-hander delivers, and Mick on a check swing fouls it down the third baseline. Strike 1. Breaking pitch in on the handle. Left-hander Bob Allen all set. Here's the pitch. It's low and inside. A 1-1 count. The left-hander's next delivery. In there, strike 2, 1-2, right over. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. The Cleveland left-hander getting the sign from Johnny Romano. Has the stretch. Checks the runner. Oh, and the delivery. It's in there. Called strike 3. Sides retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. At the end of 6.5 innings, the score remains Cleveland 7 and New York 5. Now the last half of the 7th inning. And here is Jerry Kendall, who has been a real nemesis to the Yankees this brief season. He hit a 3-run homer in the 4th to get the Indians rolling. The pitch from Turley's in there for a strike. And then last inning, he went safe on a high throw by Tresh to start the inning. 7-5 Cleveland. Bob Turley's delivery is low, ball 1. Marshall Bridges loosening up for New York. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. $37,415 today. Enjoying the goings-on. The 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2, 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled back upstairs. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Bob Turley into the windup, and the pitch is in there. Called strike three. Curved him. Don Dillard coming up. He's pinch hit safely twice today. And getting a single in the sixth inning. Batting for Latman. Ty Klein to follow. Turley's delivery is outside, ball one. Marshall Bridges loosening up easily at the moment. And the next pitch. It's in there, strike one, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Curve foul back off to the right of the plate. 1-2. A victory for Cleveland will put them in first place. The Yankees came into town a game and a half ahead of them. The Indians have won 2 out of 3 thus far. And the pitch swung on. It's a high pop. That's Boyer calls for it. Way up. He's backing up, and has it. Right in front of the trash. Ty Klein flied to left, took a third strike, popped to second, and singled to center. 1 for 4. Left-hand hitter. Turley's pitch is high, ball one. Jim Grant, who pitched such a strong game against the Yankees on Friday night, beating them 7-1, starts to limber up in the Indian bullpen. Turley's delivery is inside. Ball 2. 7-5 Cleveland. It's the 7th inning. Cleveland won the opener 6-4. Now the 2-0 pitch to Klein. He bunts foul out of play. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3, 3-1. And the 3-1 delivery is over. Strike 2, full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Ty Klein swings and misses. Strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 7 innings, Cleveland, 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. The Yankees, 5 runs. Seven hits and 2 errors. Let me double check this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1. Should be, I've got 8 hits for New York. How many hits you got for the Yankees? Bill? That's what I got. Scoreboard's wrong with 7. Just double checking. I have 8. Take a look at today's Ballantine beer. Take a new look. It's all dressed up in a bright new label. Look for it. Enjoy its golden mellow good taste. Ballantine beer. So great, friends, it rates a bright new label. We pause for station identification. In the 8th inning, Yogi Berra leads off. Elston Howard on deck and Joe Pepitone to follow. Bob Allen, in relief of Latman, who relieved Bell, a left-hander, delivers in there. Strike 1. Yogi grounded to second twice, flied to left. The left-hander's next pitch swung on as a high fly foul down the right field line, out of play. A 2-strike count. Fan made a catch and gets a hand. Detroit beats Boston 6-5. Minnesota 10, Kansas City 3 out of 8 innings. 2-strike pitch. Swung on and fouled off. White Sox 5, Angels 1 and 6.5. Baltimore beat Washington 3-2. In the National League, Milwaukee beat the Mets 3-2. Cincinnati beat Pittsburgh 6-4. Chicago beat Philadelphia 8-7. Second game, it's 4-3 Cubs at the end of 4. Once more, the pitch is fouled off. Giants 5, Houston nothing, end of 7. The Dodgers beat the Cardinals 4-3. Once more, the 2-strike pitch. It's in there, called strike 3. And Bob Allen has got it. Sidearm fastball. Elston Howard flied to center, flied to right, and popped to third. Allen's pitch in there, strike 1. Good fastball. And the 1-strike pitch. Curve is hit high in the air into deep right field. Ty Klein goes to the fence and makes the catch. 2 away in the 8th inning. Bill Skowron coming up. Skowron's hitting for Pepitone. And the pitch. In there for a strike. Next delivery, swung on and bounced foul down the third baseline. 2 strikes. Bob Allen staying ahead of the hitters. Now the windup and the pitch. He almost swung at a pitch that bounced up in front of the plate, held back. 1-2. The delivery is swung on. There's a high drive down the left field line. Is it going to be fair or foul? It is a foul ball by, honestly, inches. The ball went over the foul screen, but just, and beyond it, just a little to the left. And Frank Humont gave it the call. Once again, the two-strike pitch. High ball, the 1-2 pitch. Ball 2-2. Seven-5 Indians, 8th inning. And the 2-2 delivery. Swung on a high fly ball along the right field line. Kirkland going over 100, and he has it. 7-5 Indians, 8th inning. And the 2-2 delivery. Swung on a high fly ball along the right field line. Kirkland going over 100, and he has it. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 7.5 innings, the score remains Cleveland 7, New York 5. The Indians won the first one 6-4. Well, this has been a kind of a hot, warm day in Cleveland. Perfect Valentine beer weather. And if where you are, you're thirsty, how about quenching it with that golden, mellow, good Valentine beer? Real tasty. A taste that begins in the Golden West, in Valentine's own Golden Harvest. A harvest of choice grains of golden barley, specially grown and gathered, and costlier premium hops that sun themselves on the vine for 2 weeks longer. Hops mellowed for 2 weeks longer than the hops that go in any other beer. These gifts of the Golden Harvest and the skill of the Valentine brewers make the golden mellow good taste you get in Valentine. Clean, crisp, naturally more refreshing. Couldn't ask for any more in a beer. So be sure and ask the man for Valentine beer. In bottles, cans, 6-packs, or on draft. America's finest since 1840. So great, it rates a bright new label. Bright new label. Now the last half of the 8th inning. Tito Francona, Scarron, who batted for Pepitone, is in to play first. Turley's pitch is high outside, ball 1. Marshall Bridges continues to loosen up easily. In the 9th, it'll be Boyer, pinch hitter for Turley, and then Richardson. Bob's pitch in there, strike 1, 1-1. Looking to the long haul, watching Turley here is of more than passing interest after the elbow operation over the winter. The pitch is a curve low and inside, ball 2, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Now the pitch. Swung on. There's a drive deep to right field. Going. It is gone. Eight to 5, Cleveland. Francona's first of the year. A good, solid liner into the right field stand. Now Bob Allen, the pitcher, who has to bat third in the order because Dillard, who hit for Latman in the 6th, stayed in the game and replaced Sejan in left. So here's Bob Allen up, Willie Kirkland to follow, and now it's 8 to 5 Cleveland. Turley's pitch in there for a strike. in there. Strike 2, 0-2. Here's the pitch, swung on, grounded toward short. Fresh behind the bag, up with it, throws to Skowron, pulls him off the bag, but he gets back in time for the putout. One away. Here's Willie Kirkland. Walk, grounded to first, triple to right, and grounded to first. Charlie's pitch is swung on, line foul in the upper deck in right field. Strike 1. The Indians took a doubleheader from New York a couple of weeks back in New York. Here's the pitch, swung on, bounced down, foul at first base. April 22nd. They hang on to win this one. It will give them 5 out of 7 from New York this year. A complete turnabout of last season, and the Yankees took 14 out of 18 from Cleveland. I guess by logical deduction, that would tend to show how vastly improved the Indians are. They'll be in the stadium for long again. The 2-strike pitch, swung on, the bat is broken, a grounder hits the second, Richardson up with it, throws to Skowron. But bat broke off right at the handle, went flying out toward the mound. 2 away, and here's Johnny Romano. Grounded to third, short, third, and single to left. He's had a great series. He's had 8 hits in this series. And 15 times at bat. They pitch low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on and lifted foul along the left field line. Boyer chasing it, can't get it. As you watch ball games, everybody makes a contribution either positively or firmly, or negatively, I mean. If you can call something negative a contribution, but it is. But if you had to pick out one thing that turned the whole day, it was Johnny Romano in the first inning of the first game. The Yankees just missed a double play that would have ended the inning for Ford. And 2 on, and Romano rocked one in the seats for a 3-run homer. And then they finally won it 6-4. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, foul back, out of play. As you sit around the dugout, you talk to ball players all the time. On doubleheader days, naturally, they like to win the first one. Even if it winds up an even break. It kind of relaxes you a little more for the second game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-2. And, of course, I got to put Mr. Kendall in there. And Cleveland pitching overall has been tremendous in the series. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch swung on, fouled off above us. Count holds at 2-2. In this game, the Yankees leading 5-0 in the 4th inning, Kendall, who has been a real thorn in the side of the Yankees this year, belted a 3-run homer. And that got the Indians rolling. Tuesday night, June 5th, Wednesday and Wednesday afternoon the 6th, Thursday night the 7th. The Indians will be in New York. Here's the pitch. Curve. It's popped high around the mound. Boyer comes racing in under it. And he has it. To retire the side. 1 run on Tito Francona's first homer of the year. 1 hit, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 8 innings, Cleveland 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors, and New York 5 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Yankees play the Pirates tomorrow night for the Sandlot Baseball Fund. We will not broadcast that game. But we will be back on the air Tuesday night, 7:55 from Boston. And we will also televise that game. And the Yankees will be home with the Red Sox. I'll check that. After the Red Sox series, with the Minnesota Twins. Next Friday night, the 18th, Saturday afternoon, the 19th, the Ladies' Day, and a doubleheader on Sunday, the 20th. The Los Angeles Angels, Tuesday night, the 22nd. Hank Bauer's Kansas City A's, Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, the 23rd, 24th. And then the Detroit Tigers. Friday night, the 25th, Saturday afternoon, the 26th, the Ladies' Day, and a doubleheader on Sunday, the 27th, to conclude that homestand. Now, as we get ready to move into the 9th inning, Cleveland leading 8-5. Clete Boyer comes up. Struck out twice, was purposely passed. Lopez will hit for Turley. Bob Allen, seeking to protect the 3-run lead, is into the windup and the pitch. Swung on, grounded through between third and short to left for a base hit. Dillard tossing it back in, and Boyer singles to left. Now Hector Lopez. Frank Funk in the bullpen for Cleveland. Lopez batting for Turley. Bob Allen into the stretch, the pitch. In there for a strike. 0-1. 8-5 Indians, 9th inning. Cleveland took the first game 6-4. Next pitch evens the count, 1-1. The left-hander ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on, line to Francona, steps on first, and Boyer's doubled up. A wicked liner down the line. Francona started to dance off. Was the runner leading off, but he couldn't get far. That ball was hit down there, and he's right in perfect position, right on the line. So they're 2 away, and here is Bobby Richardson with 2 out of 3. The pitch blowing inside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on. There's a drive into left. Dillard under it. Has it. The ball game's over. And the Indians win a doubleheader. 6-4 and 8-5. The second doubleheader that they have won from New York this year. One in New York and one here. And they have won 5 out of 7. And move into first place by half game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And as we check the totals, why don't you check the Golden Mellow? Naturally more refreshing flavor of Golden Harvest Valentine beer. And be sure to enjoy Salem cigarettes. With Salem, you just take a puff and it's springtime. Cleveland, 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors. New York, 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors.
Well, that winds up another Valentine baseball broadcast.